Hello, Gabby.
We are
Hello,
you.
Gabby.
And you are us.
Hello, Gabby.
We gathered today to celebrate
You
you.
are us.
And us.
As we are one.
And us.
Your life has been a good one. Your life has been a good one.
Or has it?
Your life has been a good one.
Today we take a look at the war crimes you've committed against society. Today we take a look at the war crimes you've committed against society.
Number 5.
This event has many names.
But officially, it is called the Great Fall.
This event has many
On the night of December 22nd, 2023,
Gabby fell out of bed and caused a series of events.
that would change the world.
This is similar to the Harambe event.
In Cincinnati.
The Great Fall of Witness.
As some say,
is solely responsible for the stock market crash in 2024.
She is single-handedly responsible for millions of jobs.
And home losses.
Single-handedly responsible.
Makes you think, what else is she capable of? Makes you think, what else is she capable of? Makes you think, what else is she capable of?
Number 4. Getaway named as the Collapse of America.
In the year 2026, Gabby bought a pet fish that she named David.
David wasn't the brightest fish. David was
Daddy
the
still
brightest
loved
fish.
him.
David was the
Gabby's part cat did not like David.
And they would constantly get in fights with each other.
One day the cat had enough. He flushed David down the toilet.
Into the DC sewage system.
That fish survived countless battles with turtles, rats,
And other sewer creatures.
In the year 2037,
That fish was responsible for the invasion of the White House.
the assassination of President Anthony Trumby,
And Vice President Gabby. Damn.
that wasn't enough for David.
He was hungry.
DC was not big enough.
America collapses.
As of 2069,
America has not recovered.
And it's still a broken nation. All because Gabby bought the fish.
number 3,
On June 9th, 2034,
3 years before the collapse of America,
Gabby would have the chance to redeem herself and us.
But she failed us. She got a parking ticket.
shame.
Shame. She got a parking ticket.
This parking ticket would have dire consequences. Her actions would cause presidential nominee Nathaniel Mumsby
the 7th, to be late for the
congressional debate.
As a result, his numbers plummeted.
He lost the presidency.
to
Nathaniel Chumpy.
Of Rhode Island.
Presidency.
Nathaniel Chumpy.
Nathaniel Mumsby went on a 7.
Presidency.
Weak crime spree.
Rape key in every single pool in America.
This has been classified as the Great
fall of a great American.
All because Gabby can't park.
Will she be able to redeem herself? Will she be able to redeem herself?
Will she be able to be reborn?
That is not up to us.
But to you, the viewers,
With 2 left, possibly could be worse than this. Number 2,
The death of Denzel Crockett.
The death of Denzel Crocker.
Was a national tragedy for many.
on December 4th,
2054.
Gabby killed Denzel Crocker.
She pushed him off a cliff.
He fell.
This is a topic of great debate.
That splits the nation in two.
Some label her a hero.
some,
Some a criminal.
but here are the facts.
Facts are this.
Gabby killed Denzel Crocker not for justice,
But for her own gain.
With Crocker gone, no one rivals her.
While his death ended,
Years of oppression that followed the 2047 election.
it paved an unchecked path for Gabby to seize.
All control.
What comes after truly is her worst crime.
can she be redeemed?
He should be reborn.
Number 1,
On the eve of June 9th,
2069.
Gabby lay awake in her dark bedroom.
Her heart raced.
Her palms sweaty.
It was the most terrifying yet exhilarating feeling she had ever experienced.
Today was the day she would change the world.
For better or worse.
She glanced at the clock.
Counting down the seconds until midnight.
She glanced at the clock.
As the clock struck 12.
She leapt out of bed.
Her feet barely touching the ground.
As she dashed towards her computer,
Barely touching the ground.
In a flurry of keys and mouse clicks.
She accessed a secret site.
One known by only a select few.
The site's homepage flashed.
A message.
Happy that miss.
A message.
It was too late. It was too late.
With a few more clicks.
It was too late.
Gabby unleashed a virus.
One capable of corrupting the very fabric of the holiday itself.
As she watched the progress bar fill up.
She felt a mixture of triumph and terror.
Wash over her.
She knew what she had done was wrong.
Wash over her.
But she couldn't help but feel twisted.
A sense of pride in her accomplishment.
Accomplishment.
The virus spread like wildfire.
wreaking havoc across the world. The
death of Oneness.
The news channels were abuzz with reports of chaos and confusion.
As people took to the streets, demanding answers and seeking vengeance.
Gabby was nowhere to be found.
She had disappeared, vanished into the digital ether.
Leaving behind a trail of destruction and heartbreak.
As the days turned into weeks,
And the weeks turned into months. The world began to heal.
Slowly but surely, people learned to love Oneness all over again.
But the scars of that fateful day
But never truly fade.
The memory of Gabby and her monstrous crimes against Oneness.
remain etched into the collective consciousness of the planet.
A cautionary tale about the dangers.
About Chuck's power.
and the consequences of our actions.
A task force was formed, dedicated to tracking down Gabby,
Bringing her to justice.
They combed through countless hours of surveillance footage and traced her digital footprint.
Across the internet.
But she had covered her tracks too well.
Across the internet.
It seemed as though.
She had vanished into thin air.
It seemed as though.
Meanwhile, in the shadows,
A mysterious figure emerged, going by the name Oneness Avenger.
They began leaving cryptic messages.
And clues about their plans for revenge.
The public grew both fascinated and terrified.
By this enigmatic figure.
Unsure if they were a hero.
Or a villain.
Unsure if they were a hero.
As time went on, the task force continued their search.
But they couldn't shake the feeling.
That they were being led astray.
The trail seemed to be deliberately misdirecting them.
It almost
As if Oneness Avenger
Was taunting them.
Daring them to catch up.
the world had begun to heal.
Gabby couldn't help but to feel the constant sense of paranoia.
She knew that her actions were
had irrevocably changed the lives of countless people. And she can never escape the guilt.
that consumed her.
And she can never escape
She tried to blend in, to live a normal life.
But everywhere she went,
She felt the weight of her past crushing down on her.
On her.
The Warmest Avenger continued their relentless pursuit.
I was one step ahead of the task force.
Their message grew more cryptic.
And ominous. And to get a plan that would bring Gabby to justice once and for all. The public's fascination with the Oneness Avenger only seemed to intensify.
as they wondered who is this mysterious figure.
And what their ultimate endgame was.
Meanwhile,
Gabby struggled to find peace.
She had cut off all ties to her old life.
Moving from place to place.
Constantly looking over her shoulder. She tried to find solace in helping others.
volunteering at shelters,
and working with charities.
but the guilt never left her.
She knew
that she can never truly atone for her sins.
the Woman's Avenger
Still one step ahead.
Seemed to be drawing Gabby out into the open.
It left a trail of cryptic clues that led to a hidden layer deep.
Within the heart of the internet.
as Gabby followed the trail.
She couldn't shake the feeling that she was being lured
Into a trap.
The layer was
Bustling hub of activity.
with people from all walks of life gathered around.
Discussing the Witness Avenger.
and the plans for justice.
Gabby knew
That if she were caught here,
She would never escape the wrath of the crowd.
She tried to blend in, but she could feel the eyes of the vigilantes upon her.
The Wellness Avenger finally made the grand appearance.
Stepping forward into a makeshift stage.
the crowd fell silent.
As they beheld the mysterious figure,
Their identity still hid beneath a cloak and mask.
The Woman's Avenger
Spoke of the atrocities committed by Gabby.
and the need for justice to be served.
They revealed
That they had been working tirelessly to uncover Gabby's true identity.
and bring her to justice.
As the Avengers spoke,
Gabby felt a chill run down her spine.
she knew
that she had been found out.
She tried to remain calm.
To blend in with the crowd.
But it was useless.
The Wellness Avenger.
Pointed directly at her.
And the crowd erupted into a frenzy.
They surged forward.
Grabbing her.
Pulling her out from the shadows.
Gabby struggled against the tide.
but it was no use.
The Witness Avenger stepped forward.
Their masked face mere inches from hers.
In a voice that was both cold and resolute.
They said,
Gabby.
Gabby.
"You have been found guilty of the most heinous of crimes.
You have brought suffering and despair to countless innocent lives.
It is the judgment of this court that you shall face the consequences of your actions.
as the words hung in the air.
The crowd roared with approval.
They raised their fists.
Enchanted the Wellness Avenger's name.
Their voices echoing through.
The cavernous chamber.
The Avenger produced a digital keypad
From their cloak.
and began to tap out a sequence
A holographic display flickered.
to life above them.
Projecting a countdown clock. Gabby.
The Avenger said,
Their voice cold and unyielding.
"You have been found guilty of the most heinous of crimes.
In the eyes of this court,
You shall be subjected to the same punishment you have cruelly inflicted upon others.
you have 60 seconds.
To say your final words.
As the countdown began,
The crowd grew silent.
Hanging on the Avengers' every word.
Gabby struggled.
Against the hands that held her.
Her heart racing.
As she tried to formulate a response.
She wanted to apologize.
To plead for forgiveness.
But the words wouldn't come out.
All she could do was stare at the holographic clock.
Its seconds ticking away. Our last moments of freedom.
The Avenger watched her silently.
Their expression unreadable behind the mask.
The seconds ticked by.
And still, Gabby said nothing.
She closed her eyes.
Trying to block out the scene before her.
The sound of the crowd.
The feel.
Of their hands on her skin.
In her mind.
She relived the events that had brought her here.
In her mind.
The lives she had ruined.
The pain.
She had caused.
As the countdown reached its final seconds,
The Avengers spoke once more.
Time's up, Gabby.
it is with great sadness
Though we must now inflict upon you
The same fate you
Callously dealt to others.
You have been found guilty.
And the sentence must be carried out.
With those words,
the holographic display above the Wellness Avengers flare to life.
Showing a replay.
Of the video that started it all.
Showing a replay.
Gabby's cruel prank.
I pour
Gabby's
oneness.
cruel prank.
The crowd
Gabby's
grew.
cruel prank.
The crowd grew.
And let out a collective gasp as they watched the events
Unfold once more.
As they watched
their anger and disgust for Gabby.
only growing stronger.
Gabby's heart raced.
As the scene played out before her,
The horror of her actions.
Striking anew.
She wanted to scream.
to beg for forgiveness.
But the words caught in her throat.
She could feel the hands that held her growing tighter.
Caught in her throat.
the anger in the grip.
Palpable.
As the video came to an end,
The Avenger raised her hand. A beam of light shot forth.
From their fingertips.
It struck Gabby.
and she let out a shriek of pain as her body convulsed.
The crowd roared.
Their fists pumping in the air with triumph.
The light continued to bathe her in its glow.
And she felt her body begin to change.
To warp and contort.
Under its influence,
The skin became rough and furry.
Her limbs elongated.
And the shaping.
The transformation was excruciating.
but she knew it was the only fitting punishment for her crimes.
As the light finally faded,
Gabby stood before them.
No longer the girl she once was.
She was now a lump.
The very creatures she had so cruelly tormented.
The Avengers stepped forward.
Their voice soft but resolute.
Let this be a lesson
To all who dare to bring suffering to others,
The consequences of your action.
Will always
find their way back to you.
Of your action.
And you will be
Find your
made
action.
to pay the price.
Find their way back to you.
To pay the price. To pay the price.
Find their way